If you're thinking about selling your home this year, today's episode could literally save you thousands of dollars. And just as importantly, keep you from spending money on projects that buyers simply don't care about.
Come on, let's keep a little optimism.
One of the biggest mistakes we see homeowners make is assuming that they need a full-blown renovation before putting their house on the market.
It's a trap.
The truth is, today's buyers aren't necessarily looking for the most expensive home. They're looking for the one that's clean, well-maintained, and move-in ready. So today, we're actually going to be sharing with you guys 5 home upgrades that consistently deliver big returns when it's time to sell, along with the upgrades that often cost far more than they're worth. And later on in the show, we're actually going to head over to another one of Clay County's fastest growing new home communities in our weekly spotlight. And today, we're going to be talking about Saratoga Springs. So grab your coffee or something stronger. Let's unrake it.
Let's do it.
Okay, guys, welcome to episode 51 of Real Estate UnRaked. Wow, we passed that 50 threshold.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Here's to 50 more, my man.
Yeah, here you go, man. Let's rock on. Yay.
So, they say you never get a second chance to make a first impression. That's truth to that. And that's especially true in real estate. And before buyers even walk through the front door, they've already started forming an opinion because you got Zillow, Trulia, Redfin, Homes.com. They can do 3D tours, walk through your house before they even decide to get in their vehicle.
Yeah.
And buyers often decide how they feel about a home within literally the first few minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to tell you within the first 10 seconds.
Yeah.
If they don't like the front image, they're not even going to entertain your home.
That's right.
I know price has got something to do with it, but you know what? It's always that visual first picture
It is.
that gets them in there.
60% of the time, it works every time.
The curb appeal directly affects online clicks and in-person excitement. You see a house that looks really cool from the outside or may have a swimming pool. Yeah, let's check it out. And then the price and everything else comes later. You got to focus on the great, simple things that's going to get those people to look further. And that's pressurizing driveways and sidewalks, fresh mulch, doing your landscaping, trim your bushes and trees. Having that nice, healthy lawn makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
Fresh front door paint, updated house number, outdoor lighting, simple landscaping improvements that can cost very little.
Yeah. And one of the strong points I like to point out is curb appeal. It's one of the least expensive improvements you can make, but it creates one of the biggest emotional impact.
Yeah.
When they look at curb appeal, if they look outside of your house and it's not clean, it's trashy, weeds growing everywhere, they're going to immediately think the inside is going to look exactly the same.
Right.
It's going to turn them off immediately. They think interior maintenance is neglected. And one great thing about a good curb appeal is you can simply do it on a weekend. It's a weekend project and it's not going to cost a lot of money. It will create a welcoming entrance. So when people look at it, they feel welcomed, to come in. It's inviting. And, the small investments that will photograph really well online when you get that outside photo of the home and the curb appeal is just spot on. So it increases showing requests and it gets people interested in the home. That's one of the very first things.
So a weekend at Home Depot, getting the stuff that you need and get things set up makes all the difference in the world.
Easily.
And it's not like you got to hire a contractor, change this, change that, do all this stuff. No, save that money for a year of the house.
Just maybe a little elbow grease, a little work on your end, but it'll be worth it in the long run.
Little love, things the wife's probably been yelling at you about for the last 2 weeks. 2 years.
Yeah. Hey, you don't have to remind me every 6 months to get it done, honey. I'm on it.
Oh my God, I'm laughing because that's so true for me.
Me as well.
That's actually what I'm doing this weekend. Anyhow.
Yeah, no doubt.
The paint is still king.
Yep. No doubt.
If I had one recommendation from almost every seller, it would be paint. Nothing transforms a home faster and more affordably than getting that roller out.
I agree. As a matter of fact, I told you the buyers in the last segment, they found the perfect house. We looked at 2 houses in the same neighborhood. Both of them were nice homes. One of them hadn't been painted in 15 years easily. And it showed. That
contractor paint that's still there?
Yep. And it turned the buyers off.
Wow.
They were like, no, this house looks like it's going to require too much work.
Having, an accent wall, like, for example, that's behind us, that's a modern kind of thing. Some people have it, some people don't. Some people got the woodworking and that kind of thing too. But what really kind of appeals to more buyers is the neutral colors.
Yeah.
So you don't need your evergreen wall, lime green wall, that kind of thing. You don't need any of that.
Well, that only appeals to a certain amount of people. It doesn't
That's
appeal
true.
to everybody.
So getting rid of those bold colors, touching up trim.
Yes.
There's nothing better than having a good neutral color and white trim that's popping. That to me, that's great. Painting the front door makes a huge difference too.
It does.
And you can find some popular colors that accent the home that do a really good job. Yellow door, not so much. Red door, maybe. Depends on what kind of home you have.
Depends on the other colors.
But brightening darker rooms actually make the rooms look bigger, and that helps.
And it's funny because one of the biggest drawbacks I hear about homes that don't have good lighting, it's too dark.
Too dark.
They don't like dark homes.
They don't like dark homes. So why do neutral homes sell faster? Well, I'll tell you. I think I know the number one reason. Because you eliminate the likes of the previous seller.
Right.
And what it does is it allows the buyer to put themselves into the home.
Right. They
It's
can
like a blank
visualize
canvas.
it. Yeah.
A blank canvas.
That's exactly right.
And if they do it that way, boom. The
agree.
minute you can get a buyer picture and then their furniture in there, their family photos on the wall, their lifestyle there, boom.
And not only that neutral color too, they're going to look at it and say, hey, you know what? If I paint the wall this color, will match my furniture this way. Just because it's a neutral color, if it's one of those bright colors, they're automatically turned off.
I know.
They don't like it. But a neutral color, they're like, oh, I can change that to fit my needs. And it's just a psychological thing in people's mind. And I'm the same way. I'm looking at that. I'm like, ooh, this is ugly. It makes the house ugly. In their eyes, it may not be, but in their particular eyes, it may be. But that neutral color, they say, I can work with this.
That's right.
So we're not trying to make your house look like a dream home anymore. We're just trying to, help buyers picture it becoming theirs.
Right.
That helps. You remove your personal style. And what we mean by that is take things away, like that big bright red wall you're talking about, or, even photos on the wall, that would get your personal, because you want the buyer to picture themselves in it, not the sellers in it. So that's very, very important. A fresh, clean appearance. And what that does, it makes the buyer think, hey, these people really take care of the house. They love that house.
That right there.
Yeah.
That's a huge thing. Whenever you see that stuff, they're like, oh, these people take care of their home.
Right. So they feel like the house is well taken care of. There's not going to be any issues.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a mental thing that, hey, this might be the one for sure. And we touched on this, about buyers mentally discounting homes needing paint.
Mm-hmm.
It's an easy fix, but they can't get out of it. It can't get out of their heads. They're like, look at that wall. But if it's a neutral color, boom, or they don't have to do as much, if you will.
Right.
And return of investment versus remodeling is huge. Just that repainting point of it just makes a big difference instead of having to remodel the whole entire house.
Yeah, you never really have to remodel the entire thing unless it's 1980s. You got the
brown trim,
linoleum that
right.
looked like the brown floral pattern. Yeah, come on now.
Hey, you want to hear a great story? I'm sorry, I'm chasing a rabbit.
No,
so
let's
you
go.
got to forgive me. In Julianton Creek, they're not old homes. They're 15 years, 20 maybe max.
25, 30.
Yeah.
I mean,
But
it's still not old.
But no, they're not old, and they're mostly updated. We went into a home, had 5 different floorings. I'll put it to you like that. 3 of the different floorings were linoleum floors.
Oh, wow.
In the bedrooms and the hallway. And then you had carpet in another bedroom and hardwood floors elsewhere and tile in the kitchen. And I'm like, you have got to be kidding me. And they were asking over $500 on this particular house.
No way.
Yeah. And I'm like, wow.
Now, I've walked into homes that carpet is so worn down, it's down to the nubs.
Oh, my gosh.
And it's contractor grade carpet, but it wasn't just the high traffic areas. All the carpet was down to the nub.
It's been there forever.
Been there forever.
Wow.
I mean, I'm looking at houses that were 50, 60 years old, but still,
still, that's 50, 60 years old. Can imagine what's in that carpet.
But you look at the return on investment versus remodeling. The ROI is really important.
Sure it is.
So there is a happy medium to it. So don't overdo it.
Right.
Kitchens sell homes. We all know that because everybody likes a great kitchen because it's the centerpiece of a house. But don't over-renovate this thing. Many homeowners right now will overspend in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And, do simple things like replacing cabinet hardware. You got those cabinets that you probably just refinished or painted, but you don't have any hardware on them. do up the silver hardware on
Yeah.
them. Or, if you got that black hardware theme throughout the house with the doorknobs, this and that, go black. That seems to be very popular right now. Instead
Right,
of
it
stainless
is.
steel, easier to keep clean.
Yep.
Modern faucet, you can do that nice big tall faucet. You can do if you want the spiral
Right.
springy thing on it.
And you can take it off and clean it everywhere and anywhere.
If you want to spray it or point it at your kids in the living room, you can do that too.
No doubt.
New lighting makes a huge difference. I redid all the lighting in my house. We had the drop down, I get to say it, booby lights.
Booby lights.
You know the booby lights? It looks like
boob
a
light.
the boob lights.
Yeah, the boob lights.
You just pull those off. You can get a flat LED can light instead of the old traditional can lights that had to go up into the ceiling.
Yep.
These things are only like half an inch thick.
Oh, very cool.
And you pull out the old thing and you just plug it in and slide this thing in and it's done.
Perfect.
And then you can change whatever you want. You want warm, soft,
Yeah.
white lights, bright, LED, and it's all set up. It's really, really easy to do. And they're only like $20 a piece.
Oh, you can't beat that.
And you can route it however you want to route it.
That makes a big difference.
Yeah. It's night and day on some of this remodel stuff you can do that usually is expensive. That's not that you can.
Right.
But lighting, like you said, having the right lighting in a home changes the whole entire dynamic of the house. It's not darker anymore. You can make it have that modern feel just by doing simple things like that.
Yeah.
Doing a deep clean. The people seem to forget to do that. Use Mop and Glow, Clorox, make it that lemony fresh smell.
Right.
But when you walk in and you still see the grout kind of or not where the mop's got it because your electronic robot vacuum cleaner just doesn't get everything.
Right.
All right. Spend the money, the $250 to do a deep clean on a house.
Well, hold on. I want to address something on that as well. But be careful not to overdo it, because if people come in and smell a strong bleach smell, they're going to think, hey, something ain't right here. What are they trying to cover up?
Yeah, what kind of
make sure
cat
it's
smell
clean.
they trying to cover up or dog smell?
Right. Make sure it's clean, but don't. I'm not going to say don't overclean. Always overclean, but don't oversmell. How about that?
Right. There you go. Get that nice, and then go buy those Febreze things. That you get the plugins. Get the good ones with the oil because they last a lot longer.
Right.
But when you do that and having that fresh,
it's not overpowering.
It's not overpowering.
It's
refreshing. Makes a difference.
Yeah.
Makes a difference. Like I said, fresh caulking around. Make sure that's all cleaned. You don't have to go recaulk a bathroom. You can get some good cleaner that'll help it out. Unless it's starting to peel away or whatever, then take care of it.
Yeah.
Easy fixes, all easy stuff. Countertop repairs. If you got Formica countertops, it's one thing. You can do an overlay on those. That helps.
Right.
You can make them look like granite. They actually have countertop paint now that you can do that's hard. That adds that granite feel or quartz feel. Appliance appearances. Oh gosh, there's nothing worse than seeing black appliances or cream colored appliances and you got one stove that's the new stainless steel.
Right. Yeah.
It sets it all off. It doesn't look good. Even if you have stainless steel appliances, make sure they're clean.
Right.
Fingerprints and smidges and the swirl marks on them, that does not jive.
No. And you don't necessarily need a 60,000 kitchen remodel to impress buyers.
No.
You just, the buyers appreciate clean over luxury. If it looks clean, smells clean, they're gonna like it. It doesn't have to be Bosch appliances and the top line of everything. Little cosmetic improvements always help. Just simple things. Make sure it's freshly painted, like we discussed. And just cosmetically look it right. Get all the smudges you were talking off the refrigerator. Just simple things, small investments that modernize kitchens, like the hardware you were talking about on the cabinets, just the small little things that you could put in there, or that faucet makes a big difference.
Yeah.
And, renovations, the $60,000 renovation, it rarely return full value. You're not going to get all that money back.
No, you're not.
You can't bump that house price up 60,000 because you just put that in the kitchen.
Okay. Very true. So we talked about some big things here.
Mm-hmm.
The small details. The devils are in the details, people.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you probably one of the biggest things that I noticed that buyers forget the most on these details: burned out light bulbs. Besides having toilet paper for open houses or wet wipes in my truck,
yeah,
I have bulbs in there too.
That's the smartest thing you said right there, because there was an open house I did last year and there were like 4 burned out light bulbs. And after a couple open houses, it was driving me nuts so bad. I did the same thing. I went out and bought light bulbs.
Yeah.
And put them in there because I'm like, this just does not look good.
If you got to overcome an objection over a light bulb, What else do you think that's going on? And that's right in front of you. And I know there's people that have smoke detectors that are beeping. And
Right.
they have all that, but burned out light bulbs, probably number one on the list.
Yeah.
The second thing I think that's probably number one on the list is the AC filter.
Oh gosh.
Replace the damn thing.
Yeah. And you know what? That's one of the big things on inspections. The inspector always says, the AC filter is nasty. And then they start looking at other things in there. Clean it. Before you leave, replace it. Replace that filter. And it makes a big difference.
Yep. If you got tile floors too, dirty grout.
Yeah.
Just a good simple clean and a scrub, it helps out a lot. Loose doorknobs, doors that don't align right.
Yeah.
I've got little tricks to how to align a door that the jambs are messed up.
Right.
You have no idea what a piece of wood and a screwdriver and a little bit of tweaking will change a door and how it opens.
Yeah.
If doors open and close really nice, especially during open houses, customers aren't going to question a lot of other things.
Right.
And I know it's the little things, but you got also running toilets.
That's right.
The toilet is always running. Come on. What do you think that is, guys? It's just a little plunger that's in the tank.
Right.
$16.
Boom,
and a little bit
fix.
of your time, you're done.
Yeah, easy fix.
Roof inspections, clean windows, clean windows, roof inspection is one thing. You kind of leave that to where it's at.
Right.
But if you've got debris in the corners, go blow it off.
Yeah, especially with the live oaks we have here in Northeast Florida.
Yeah.
That makes it look grungy, for lack of a better
does.
word. Get up there with a blower and just blow that stuff off. Get the sticks out of your gutters that are sticking out of the side. I've seen that in a lot of homes, and it's just a simple, quick fix. Now, granted, not everybody can get up there on the roof and do it, so it won't be that expensive to hire somebody to just blow it off real quick. So that's a great suggestion there.
Yeah, most of everything that I just talked about, I probably all that stuff included. If you remove the roof inspection thing, probably under $100.
Yeah. Now you touched on clean windows. That is huge. That is so huge. Because with the live oaks, the windows get dirty real quick, on the outside. And the problem is when you're looking at dirty windows, you don't know if they're fogged up from the middle or if it's just dirty.
Mm-hmm.
And that also the lighting, it helps with the lighting. So please clean those windows. So small maintenance items make buyers wonder what bigger maintenance items they can't see. So, they believe, if you got some of these smaller things we're talking about that aren't taken care of, deferred maintenance on the entire house. And that's a big turnoff.
Yeah, it is.
Then there'll be home inspection concerns. Well, you got bad curb appeal, the inside's not taken care of. What else is wrong, that we can't see, and then confidence during negotiations. That's a big deal, and then building buyer trust, so get these smaller things taken care of, get the house looking right, and that will help with the trust of your buyer, and it makes a big difference. It really does.
Yeah. Get the trust of the buyer.
Yep.
Replace those light bulbs that are burnt out right away.
Yeah, no doubt.
Easiest thing to do. So let's talk about 5 biggest money wasters for sellers right now. And this is the point where I want to save you some money. I want you guys to avoid the following things. If you're thinking about selling your house within the next year, avoid the following things.
No doubt.
Luxury kitchen remodels.
We touched on that earlier.
We did, but that's a big one.
That is huge.
Right? Swimming pools.
Swimming pools is a big one because the ROI on that is minimal.
Very minimal.
Unless you plan on staying in that home for quite some time, I would not recommend spending the money because pools are super expensive right now.
They are. Custom built-ins. That can add up unless you can do it yourself.
Right.
High-end landscaping, with the auto lights and everything, expensive palms because they are expensive. Over improving your home beyond the neighborhood's value.
That's a big money loser right there.
Oh my gosh.
Huge.
Yes.
When you have the most expensive house in the neighborhood, guess what?
You're not getting that.
No, you will not.
There's a thing called comps, people.
Absolutely. Your goal isn't building your forever home anymore. Think of it like this. Think like an investor. Your ROI, your return on your investment. And ask your realtor before spending, because most people now these days are not spending. This ain't your forever home.
Right.
So you got to look what's down the road. How long you plan on being in this house? 5 years? 10 years? I don't know, So if you're only going to be there 5 years, you don't need to overspend on any home. Prioritize repairs over luxury for sure.
Well, hopefully those help you guys make a decision while buying or selling your house and things to do, things to look out for. Give you an idea, perspective of what we see And what do you think the buyer's going to see? A good practice or thing to do is, if you're thinking about buying or selling your house, is do me a favor, walk outside your front door, wait 5 to 10 seconds and put on that buyer's hat. If I was going to buy this house yourself, think I'm going to walk into this house. This is my agent showing this house. I'm going to walk in and I want you to look at your home through a buyer's lens. If you were going to buy this house today, what were the things that you're going to point out right away?
Right.
You see your home completely different.
Oh, yeah.
And you ask yourself, why the hell have I been living this way for so long with that?
And granted, we all get a lazy bone every now and then, but if you plan on selling, you got to get rid of that lazy bone.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I still got tape on the outside of my house from my Halloween event last year.
Oh, gee. Well, good thing Halloween's right around the corner.
I know, right? It happens, guys. It happens to the best of us.
Yeah, no doubt.
But it is time to get into our community spotlight for the week.
And this is one of my new favorite neighborhoods we're coming up to.
Too.
This is
I'm excited about this one, and this is just the beginning with it.
Yeah.
And they're starting on phase 4 right out of the gate. We're going to talk about Saratoga Springs and Green Cove Springs, right off Cathedral Parkway, right smack dab in the middle of this whole new development that they're building. It's right behind Magnolia Point.
Yeah.
You're going to have a great access, less than probably 4 blocks
From
to 23.
23, yeah.
So, yeah, it may seem like it's the middle of nowhere, but your accessibility to everything is right there.
Yeah, you got 23 Cathedral Oak Parkway, 17's right around the corner. So it's going to be convenient to get anywhere. Again, kind of like what we said about the Rookery. You can get on the other side of town in no time.
And they're going to have several builders in here. And right now, what's getting done is the 55 and older community
By Ryan Homes.
Yep. And they have a farm style layout on these homes.
Yep.
The insides are amazing. The kitchens, I can't wait to do videos on this.
No,
and we're going to go over next week and do it.
Yeah.
And when we went through, the house wasn't even completely finished yet, but
right.
It is designed to be not just a centerpiece of the house, even though it's in the back, and where you think it'd be the main counter be facing, toward the front of the house. It's actually facing toward the back of the house.
Right.
But it's in the middle, and there's things on both sides of it.
Right.
It's really
so
cool.
you like it's like in between both dens. If you got a den and a living room, and it brings it all together.
I can't explain it. We're just the videos that we're going to do is going to serve that so much justice on that.
Well, I spoke with Bill yesterday at Saratoga Springs, and he's invited us out there next week to do video content and walk us through everything. So I'm very excited about doing that next week.
I am too. That area is going to have a mix between 1 and 2 story homes.
Mm-hmm.
The great value for first time buyers and growing families. Now that is for phase 1 that's going to be built by another builder. And they're going to call that one the silos. That's going to be all 315.
Right. That's on the opposite end. So these are
two opposite ends.
Right.
And I know we're kind of mixing the two right now, but that's kind of what's going on. They just started the infrastructure for the phase 1 as far as the streets and stuff. I think they're almost done with that. But that's right next to that brand new school.
Yep.
And it's great. But again, this is the 55 and older community's got the really cool farm style houses. Don't know what the other builder's doing for the silos, but it's going to be very similar,
we haven't seen yet. And also the 55 plus, they have no yard maintenance. That's part of their HOA. So,
and then all these areas are going to have modern floor plans,
right?
The smart home technology. They're going to have community pools. They're going to have a clubhouse. They're going to have walking trails, playgrounds. But what's probably the biggest thing out of all this is the community farms. They've got
functional community
farms. They've hired commercial farmers
to
come in and farm the community areas. The clubhouse is going to be an organic farm produce section that's going to be available for the communities.
Yeah, that's awesome. And what stands out about Saratoga Springs, it just isn't the homes. It's the lifestyle that you're going to have there, which is amazing. It's going to be a family-friendly atmosphere. You got, like single family homes, like we said, in 55 plus.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to have sidewalks throughout, which we've already checked them out on the golf cart when we were out there. They're going to have a bunch of community events. Nearby schools, as we just talked about, the elementary school, which is Spring Park Elementary, but they're also planning on building 2 more schools out in that area, a middle school and a high school, I think it is what they're building. Shopping will be right nearby, the corridor right there by 23, which is about a mile or so, maybe a little less than a mile from there. Quick access down 17, Cathedral Parkway 17 to Fleming Island, NAS, Jacksonville commute, healthcare is nearby as well. Gosh, long-term appreciation potential for sure. If you get in the beginning and the way Clay County's growing, your homeowner is going to appreciate the longer,
no doubt,
sooner you get there. buyers should always, give us a call. We'd love to take you around it, and visit, before you make any decision about what to do or.
Well, you're absolutely right.
Right. I mean,
and before, really jumping into, what we're going to be able to offer, because we know a lot about this community and it hasn't even started its fully development yet. Heck, even the sign for the community isn't even up yet.
No.
But this whole concept for farm to table for the community, not just in the 55 and older, but for the entire Saratoga Springs long master plan community development is going to be game changing for this area.
Right.
That agrihood idea, I know there's another one that they're doing in Laurelton. That's going to be like that.
Another one down south of Green Cove, Agricola too.
Agricola as well. This is a concept that's supposed to bring that different type of lifestyle. You're still going to have the resort style thing, but the resort style thing is just kind of like, okay, great. You don't want to be on vacation all the time.
Right.
And, people that are from out of state to come to Florida will have that. Yeah, that's great. This is a new concept that's going to really, really enlighten the community.
Yeah.
It's going to give you that family-friendly,
working together. Yeah.
It's a wholesome community, so to speak.
Yeah, it's going to bring people together the way they got this planned.
I'm excited about talking about this a little bit more, and
Yeah.
I can't wait to share with you guys when we get, to know more of the layouts and actually see the floor plans and really share with you guys where the price ranges are going to be. Our favorite floor plans, what we like, how the HOA is going to work, and the expectations of that, all the future phases that are going to be coming around, and we'll be able to compare it to other communities that are coming along. But there's some exciting times for people in Clay County that are looking for something new but different.
Exactly. And we'll find out more next week. So hopefully we can do a video and bring that to everybody and share what we've learned, because I think we're going to learn each time we visit with them, and we'll be visiting with them regularly.
No doubt.
Because they got more phases coming out, and we're going to show you the progression as how it comes through.
And all that's going to be featured on our website that's coming soon. I know I keep saying that every week, but there's a lot of work to this. This is our royal diamond gem that we're going to be offering customers. It is going to be a resource for anybody that's going to be buying a home in Northeast Florida, new or resale. It's going to be a one-stop shop. Not the ones where you go and click on the builder websites of the community and you want more information, give a representative a call. You're going to have the answers on the site. You're going to know exactly what you need to do the right research. And really, it's going to be a simple click to actually schedule a time to go visit any community that you want. And you don't have to flip-flop through all these sites and call these people. You literally will click a button and schedule it with us, and we meet you out there, and we have it all taken care of for you.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll find out all the information that you're looking for before we even meet out there, and we'll get you handled. We'll make sure that you have the best experience you can possibly have without having gone through all the riffraff.
Yeah, so exciting times. We'll keep you guys updated on that, and also look at our YouTube videos, which you'll be able to see on our site as well. All right, Dane, got a quick question for you.
All right.
We hear this all the time. Should I renovate my house before selling?
Maybe.
Okay.
But only if you're spending money in the right place. Every house is different. So you gotta look at what you're spending your money for and see if the ROI is there, every neighborhood is different. And as a matter of fact, I got a meeting next week with people that are looking to sell their house to move to a different part of Florida. And they invited me out to help them look to see what they can do to help their house be more sellable, if you will.
It's always good to have another pair of eyes.
Right.
And believe it or not, a lot of real estate agents don't talk about this, but us as realtors and our listing presentation is one thing, but that's part of our listing process is to help guide the seller to find out how to make the home more sellable.
Right. And, sometimes spending $3,000 can in return make you $15,000. Something simple as that, like we touched on painting or whatever,
or spending 30 grand makes you nothing.
That's right. That's exactly right.
It happens.
Yep.
It happens. But hey, I hope today in this episode, we helped you avoid some of the biggest mistakes homeowners make before selling. But remember, smart improvements almost always outperform expensive renovations.
And if you're wondering what upgrades make the most sense for your specific home, we'd be happy to give you honest advice before you spend a dime.
Absolutely. If you've enjoyed today's episode, please be sure, guys, I want you guys to subscribe to our channel, subscribe to the podcast. You can go back and listen to some of our past episodes. Leave us a review. Share this episode with someone who thinks about thinking about selling their home before the end of the year or even next year.
And don't forget to join us next week as we answer another one of the biggest questions of buyers and sellers are asking here in Northeast Florida. And we'll feature another incredible neighborhood in our weekly community spotlight.
Yes. And, Dane always says this, get to know us.
Please call us.
This is why we do the podcast. So you guys get to know who we are, what we do. And we don't have all the right answers sometimes, but we at least we're honest about it,
Right.
and we talk about it.
And I can tell you one other thing too. We have a passion for real estate. We really do. We love seeing people find their home, their dream home, whether it's a temporary or forever or first time, or even a downsizer, 55 plus downsizing, empty nesters. We love helping you find that next stage in your life. And we take pride in what we do, making sure you have the best experience out there.
You couldn't have said that any better than me.
And that was difficult.
That was awesome. You did great. But no, follow us on social media. Like I said, the rakershomegroup.com is coming. It's already there, but it's going to come in such a full force that you don't have to go to YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and see all this stuff. Everything's going to be right there for you. So you can scroll down to our media section and see all these highlighted features that we do every week. And we got a bunch of videos coming out that you and I religiously work in between taking care of clients, that we go out and we make sure that we have those relationships with the builders and we do the right things.
Yeah.
That way we can give you guys all the knowledge that you need and all the right things, because you never know. It's always about who you know and who can give you the best edge on it.
Right.
And we are the best people to do that. I truly believe that, because we really take a lot of pride and have that passion of what we do. But when you go into a new community, don't just trust the on-site agent because they work for the builder. Get somebody like us in your corner to help get you what you need no matter what. I could give you countless reasons and excuses and examples
not excuses, examples.
Examples of what we went through to protect our buyers when they bought new. And I can give you examples of people and friends that I've had that didn't use real estate agents when they bought new, wish they would have done that.
Yeah. That example you told us before the podcast of that one particular person.
Yes.
I wish they would have called us.
No doubt.
Wow.
But again, hope you guys enjoyed the episode, and we will talk to you next week.